creating the transform on surface functionality. Okay, so since we've already created our picking functionality, we're now moving on to how to actually move the object over the surface. So I'm going to add another visual scripting component, and this component is going to be called transform on surface functionality. Okay, so we can get rid of the onStart event and just use the onUpdate event. I'm just going to maximize this window, and the first thing I want to add is a update, an onUpdate, and then a nullCheck component. I also want to add the getVariable component to the nullCheck. I'm going to use forward to forward the onUpdate to the nullCheck. And I also want to use a getMouse button down to check to see if the users actually click the mouse button down. Very similar to what we've already done with the picked object functionality. Use an if function after that to decide if the raycast has been, to check if the raycast has been hit, and to also check to see if it's hit an object within the view of the camera. So in order to do that, we need to get a raycast, hit info max distance with layer mask. And similar to the object that the function that we created earlier, we want to tie that into a camera, screen point array, and also use the main camera as well. So that's what I'm just doing now, is I'm just adding these get main camera and the camera screen point array. We also want a get mouse position. So the first part of this function is very similar to the picking object functionality. Same also with the layer mask as well. You just want to set this to default. So yeah, the majority of this part of the tutorial so far is pretty much, you could have copy and pasted most of it, especially the get mouse button function and the raycast function. I want to get another, use the picked object variable. As you've noticed, I've changed it from graph to scene get variable. And if you have not done that, please do that now. Just change it from the graph tab to the scene tab. I'm adding an if function to the raycast, and also get point, raycast hit get point instead of raycast collider. You want to use the raycast hit get point. I'm also using a vector3 add. So there's different types of adds. You want to make sure you go for the vector3 one. Time.getDeltaTime node. This is to help with the later vector3 function that's going to be a vector3 alert, which is just going to, once you've clicked on the object, it's going to create a smooth animated transition between the movement of the object from one point to the next point. I'm going to use a multiply node and multiply the time.deltaTime. And we're going to use the get variable to transform the get position as well. Okay, so now we should be adding the vector3 alert. And this is what's going to tie all of these nodes together to be able to create, set the position of our picked object, which is ultimately what we're going to do. Whenever we pick an object, like a rock or anything else in the scene, we want to be able to set that position using a vector3 alert and smoothly animate that movement between the 2 points. So I want to connect this transform get position to the A slot in the vector VLOOP and the if function to be true. Now we're just going to, I'm searching for it, but what I really need to be doing is go to your scene. We're adding a set position, and we're adding vector VLOOP and connecting that up to a transform set position. And that's pretty much it for the transform functionality. Next, we're going to be testing out our functionality to see if it works.